Today I'm coming at you with two different meals. One that is cooked from a restaurant and another that is home cooked. These are the same dish, but because they're cooked so differently, I want to give my opinion on both of them and talk about which one I think is the better one. The first dish is a home cooked meal by my mom. It the way I would describe it would be it looks very orange reddish, sort of like how that orange reddish crayon looks. It smelled very strongly of spices. You could very much tell that there was a lot of, spices put into it. And the taste felt very like hot and fresh, almost like it came straight off stove, the stove, which it did. I guess adjectives I would use to like describe the taste of it would be it was marinated in like tomato paste, which made it a lot more flavorful. It was very herbal as well because we used things like thyme in it as well. It was very sharp because you could tell because the taste very much hit your tongue immediately. It was very tangy. It was very fiery and it was very juicy because whenever you took a bite out of it, you took a spoonful, you could very much feel like it was sort of like an orange in a sense, where it sort of just felt juicy and it felt very, very good. The next dish I wanted to go over was the restaurant dish. It was a lot more orange than the previous one. It smelled very pleasant instead of the, strong spice smell that I got from the first one. And the taste itself was very mild. It wasn't strong. It wasn't necessarily, it wasn't in your face about it. It was just a very calm, mild. The adjectives I would use to describe it would be, of course, mild. It was also very zesty. It was airy. It was buttery. It was also a bit fluffy as well, and it was very tender. Thinking about the food itself, I would definitely say it lead into the more whole food to refined part of food transformations. I can't really say uh, they have many nutrients because it's definitely could, but I can definitely say they're definitely tasty and they're definitely a lot. They're very much a good snack. Not a good snack. A good a good a good a good meal to have. My food is also organic and fresh because I saw both of them being made right before me, and I saw both of them, being actually made. If I had to make a recommendation to anyone, I would say start out with the restaurant's food. It's a lot more mild and a lot more, I guess, more so safer if you haven't had this type of food yet. It's also very much a lot more flavorful, and it really impact what your rating on the food. If you haven't had this type of food before, and you haven't, and this is like and the home cooked meal is your first real experience with it. I, and that's really everything that I wanted to talk about in this short little review.